Hello, beautiful souls. How are you? It's Holly coming today to talk more about energy. The other day, I had wrote a blog on my webpage and it received a lot of attention. So I'd like to come forth today and talk about this topic that I'm sure many of us can relate to. And it's how to recognize when a deceased loved one is near. Unfortunately, in our lifetime, we're going to have to say goodbye to a loved one due to death. And it's something that we never ever heal from. Instead, it becomes a new way of life we have to learn to cope with, leaving us no other choice. It was through the loss of my parents that led me onto my journey as a Reiki master. And throughout my studies and my practices, I have discovered that everything is made up of energy and that energy never dies. In our culture, the word energy is usually referred to two things, and it's an invisible force such as electricity or solar power, or it's a person's energy level, how much energy they have. On a broader perspective, in many other cultures, they receive the word energy as something bigger, something more, and everything is energy, made up of energy, everything is connected, and everything is part of that connection. We have 5 basic senses, and that is touch, taste, smell, hearing, and our sight. And these senses help us navigate within our lifetime to perceive the world around us. We are energy physically, spiritually, and mentally, and we have these wonderful physical borrowed bodies that help us navigate throughout our lifetime. And upon our death, our energy leaves our body. We have an energy vibration, and everything emits a vibration. And again, upon our death, our energetic vibration leaves our body. And I had witnessed this firsthand when I found my mother's lifeless body. Being an intuitive and having an activated sixth sense, I would like to explain to you what it was that I felt as I knelt beside my mother's body. As I looked down upon my mother, her energy was gone. She was just empty. And in that moment, being an intuitive and having an activated sixth sense, what I felt was her energy vibration was everywhere. It was all around me within the room. It was like a heartbeat. It was just coming and going. It was something that I will never ever forget. And to me, at that moment, I realized that she was more alive than ever before, and it wasn't physically, it was vibrationally. In life, we have 5 basic human senses, and that's touch, sight, hearing, taste, and smell. And these sensing organs help us navigate throughout our lifetime to perceive the world around us, when in fact we actually have another sense, and it is our sixth sense. And it's called extrasensory perception. It is ESP, or known as intuition. And within the sixth sense, you have the ability where you can tune in and tap in to your deceased loved one's vibration when they are near. I have practiced this and I have studied this over the years, and I have many experiences that I recognize when a loved one is near. Our sixth sense has different abilities, and the abilities are clear cognience, which is a clear knowing, like you just know something. And we have clear audience, and that is your hearing. You can hear more in depth, something that is not physical, but something that is around you. We also have clear alience, and that is clear smelling. You can smell the scent of a deceased loved one, maybe a perfume, or if someone smokes cigars, and you can just smell them when they are near. And there's also clairvoyance, and it's clear seeing. You can see a loved one in a dream and sometimes physically. Through my studies and my healings, I've activated my sixth sense, and I have activated clear cognience, which is clear knowing, clear sentience, which is clear seeing, and clairvoyance, which is clear seeing. And I'd like to share with you some of my personal stories to give you examples when I recognized when a deceased loved one is near. One time when I was in my kitchen, I was going about my business, and then all of a sudden I felt my mother's vibration coming forward. It was a clear knowing. It was clear cognizance. And in that moment, I turned around and I just said, Mom, I know you are near. I can feel you. And in turn, she said to me, she wanted me to feel what she was. So in that moment, I put everything down. I said, Mom, I am all yours. And she came forth. Her energy had come forth that encompassed the whole room, and it was pure love energy. And in that moment, I just dropped to my knees and I just cried. And it wasn't so much that I cried missing her. I cried because this energy that she brought forth was so overwhelmingly beautiful that it just took my breath away. Another time was when it was about 11 months after my mother's death. And I was strong all year, and I just broke down and I cried really hard because I missed her so much. That evening when I went to bed, I had a dream, and in my dream, my mother came to me. She actually called on the phone. I picked up the phone and she's like, "Hi, Holly, it's Mom." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it, Mom." And she reassured me, to be strong and that she loved me. And we carried on just like we normally would talk. And at the end of her conversation, she had said to me, "Holly, I have to go home now. I have to go home now." And I go, "Home? Mom, where is home?" And her words to me were, "Holly, it's so beautiful here." That was recognized as clear audience. I did not see her in my dream, but I was hearing her. And then another time, as a Reiki master, I have the ability where I raise the vibrational energies very high, and I'm able to tune in and tap in to these vibrational energies. And it's not with every Reiki session. I always ask what it is for my client's greatest and highest good. And sometimes, yes, loved ones will come forth. And one time I had a referral. It was a client I never met before. And as she was preparing to leave, a little old woman pops up next to me and leans in and she says, "Anne." And, I was sitting there and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, there's a woman next to me. I can see her, my client can't. So I continued talking with my client, and Anne leans over again and says, "Anne," almost like a warning. And I'm sitting there like, she's actually warning me. And again, not bringing it to my client's attention, Anne hops next to me, and like a machine gun, she just said "Anne" so repeatedly and so fast that I went, oh my God. And my client looked at me because she has no idea what is going on in the moment. And I look at her and I go, "I am so sorry." I go, "Who is Anne?" And she looked at me and she goes, "Holly, my mother had passed away when I was very young, and my grandmother raised me. Her name is Anne." And I go, "Well, she's here right now and she wants you to know it." And as soon as I brought that to her attention, Anne disappeared. And that is also known as clairvoyance. I saw Anne physically. And I also, do a lot of, I'm a very vivid dreamer. I'm very visual. And I do see a lot within my dreams. So I hope just through this video and recognizing our senses, our sensory perception, that you can help activate and develop your senses, which is clear cognizance, clear knowing, clear audience, clear hearing, clear alliance, which is clear smelling, clear sentience, which is clear feeling, and clairvoyance, which is clear seeing. By activating these 6 senses, you too can know when a deceased loved one is near. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope it brings much peace and healing to everyone. If you like my video, please like and subscribe so I can keep coming forth to bring about more videos on energy and healings. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.